failed attempts, right? Okay.
I think if you do what you like, if you completed like if you achieved everything what you want and you are living life according to your own terms and conditions and you are happy and satisfied with your life, then you are more successful. I think so.
Fantastic. Did you understand that? Awesome. Simple, down to earth, perfect. I'm glad you didn't say money, right? A lot of people think that. Okay, cool. But then I'm going to ask you again. That's right. But what is success? Understand the clue. And this is what you're going to have in project management. When you take your exam, the question will be that big. The question will actually be that small. You'll have a paragraph. Blah, 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 this company did that, that organization, this many employees, that's what it produced, that's what it failed, blah, 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 blah. And the main question will be down in there somewhere in the middle, a two-word question. So you got to answer that. A majority of the people get confused. They're called distractors, right? So I asked you what success is. You said, yeah, it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. But then again, what is success?
Being content.
Being content. Okay. Who do you think is the most successful man on earth today? Today. Who do you think? Give me an example. Anybody today. Anywhere in the world.
To put it in a very, very simple way, my target was to reach here by 10 o'clock.
Okay.
And I'm successfully doing that.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Agreed. That is success. But give me an example of the most successful man on earth today. Somebody.
Hello.
Anybody. Come on, come on, come on. Any person, human being, man, woman, whatever. Child, anybody.
I feel myself.
Yourself. Fantastic. Okay. Anybody else?
The happiest
We don't want to use a self-example because I want to come to something, right? We'll come to that, right?
Zuckerberg, Mark Zuckerberg, or Jeff Bezos.
Who?
Jeff Bezos.
Okay.
John, owner of Amazon.
Okay.
Founder of Amazon.
Right. Why do you think this is successful?
Because Amazon is now worldwide famous. Everyone are using it. Even it's whether it's United Arab Emirates or in Saudi, even in India, it's famous everywhere. So I think he's the most successful.
So if Amazon is famous, he's successful.
No, I mean he's earning much.
He's earning. Okay,
Yeah,
good.
He's
And?
earning.
Okay.
And that's it.
All right. So earning is one criteria for success. What is important?
Yeah.
Like,
If we are practical, then it's important.
sorry?
But if we are thinking to practically, then it's important.
It's important. It's not everything. It's not
It's a
the
part-
end all
it's
be
a
all.
part of life.
But it's very important.
Yeah.
Exactly. You agree with that? You know, mostly people say, Bill Gates! You've been the richest man on earth for 3 decades. 30 years. Like, top. I mean, on an average, nobody beat him, right? Sometimes he goes down for a few days, then he's back up. And he's back up, he stays back up for many, many years, then goes down a little bit, then comes back up. Right? Let's, Amazon, Microsoft, whatever, right? Now pretend we hear a knock on that door right now. And here comes Billy Boy. Sir, please, I'm hungry. I haven't eaten for 1 week. I'm starving. I'm dying. Please give me $1. Please give me a rupee. Would you say he's successful? Yes or no? Why not?
If he accomplishes that,
Sorry?
he is. If he gets it, then he is.
Right. So success means you get what you want. You have a happy life. You have your money. You're satisfied with what you're doing. But it should continue. The moment that terminates, success is gone. It's a forgotten thing. Then if Bill Gates comes here and asks for money, a rupee or two, idli, vada, sambar, dosa, nahari, whatever the heck he asks for, if you ask him, have you ever been successful? Yeah, I don't know, but please give me something to eat. Yeah? The success concept is gone. The moment it stops, it's finished, it's gone. It's a forgotten story. Yeah? So success actually means that it should continue.
So
Yeah.
it should not fluctuate. It should continue. It should be constant.
See, success may go this way, but if it goes this way, you're gone. If it goes this way, it's okay. If it goes this way, it's fantastic. You know, that wave is going to be there. What's your general curve? This way, or this way? If it's gone this way, you don't call it success. You may see that's called a successful point of start. So you started really well, but you lost it all, so that's not success, right? I'm not just talking about money, anything at all. Right? Another thing, perfection. What is perfection? Can somebody define perfection?
Zero error.
Zero error.
Zero error. What else? Just like success, zero error. So, may I use the cell phone? What do you think? So, what is the cell phone? What make is it? Right? Okay. How old is it?
2 years.
2 years old, right? When you bought it, it must have been state of the art. Yeah. But today, the same company probably has 10 upgrades, right? So, perfection, just like success, you must have next to near zero errors throughout your life. But when you started, you had zero errors, but as you continued, your errors grew. Obviously, you've lost perfection long time ago. It becomes history, gone in the dust, right? One example of determination and not giving up, right? Matthew Webb, I believe, in 1875, apparently he swam the English Channel, which is 250 kilometers wide, in just under 22 hours. Just under 22 hours. He swam that with, I mean, imagine 22 hours of swimming, either breaststroke or freestyle or butterfly or whatever you want to call it. 22 hours of swimming. And he and other people said something. If you want to conquer the channel, make friends with the water. Right? So, if you want to be successful, make friends with challenges. Right? Yeah? If you want to be successful, actually make friends with everything you don't like or you feel afraid of. Make friends with poverty. Make friends with things that give you a headache and make you shake in your pants. Yeah? And you will achieve these things. Because perfection, you're never going to be problemless, spotless. You're just never going to be. Even if you get close to it today, if you don't update yourself tomorrow, it's outdated, obsolete. Yeah? Okay. And we touched upon unlimited power yesterday. The important thing in that, we somehow didn't finish it. The important thing in that is in this day and age, which is called the information age. Information is at the tip of our fingers for free. And information about anything that you can imagine, not imagine, think of, don't think of, dream of, you wouldn't even imagine such a thing exists. If somebody tells you, go look for it, it's there. Right? But the difference between a person who gets data and a person who gets information, we're going to come to that term in a little while, right? And a person who gets information is the difference between data and information is data is just bits of ones, twos, zeros and ones, or ABCs or whatever, right? It becomes information when you collect that data, organize it, and use it or are able to use it in a meaningful manner. You understand? Yeah, common sense, right? That's information. When you have that information, somebody who looks at the information and sits this way, tomorrow, does not have the determination to succeed and will never succeed. Right? Tomorrow, this afternoon, next week, tomorrow. That will never come. You have all the information. Like we're talking about the good old days, swords. If I had a bigger sword, bigger muscle, I'm the ruler of the earth. Everybody's my slave. But today, you have information, and if you act upon that information, you're king of the world. Act upon it at the appropriate time. If you don't act upon it, you could have as much data as you want, but you're a failure. Right? Get it? So information just keeps increasing, improving, becoming perfect, better, etc. As our knowledge grows, right? Somebody's knowledge grows somewhere, they share the information, we have that information. When we have that information, the key to success is you take action. We should take action, no matter what it is, right? You want to achieve something. Get your information, draw out a plan, take action, right? Oh, I've got a very good plan. My plan is fantastic. It'll rot. It'll be eaten up by termites, right? There's no point. So, just keep those things in mind. With project management, like I said, today we'll do a few things about cost management and stuff like that. Yeah, fancy, hanky-panky, common sense, everybody does that, whether you're a project manager or not. At some point in time, you're going to use that or somebody's going to use it for you. You mentioned a controller. Controllers use these too. Financial controllers use these a lot of times, right? I used to be a financial accountant. I still like them. Yes, I've used a lot of these formulas a lot of times in our CPA or CA or just bachelors of financial accounting, whatever you do. You have a lot of these concepts, not just project managers, because common sense. There's no other way. You got to do these things. The point is, as we did yesterday, today as well, we'll go through the slides. But the point is, this is data. If you just look at that and you don't understand this data, data displayed to you on a projector, fantastic. It'll become information when you understand it, right? You don't need to know how to apply it today, but you understand it. That's good enough information. Your next steps. If I want to walk from here to there, I'm not going to get the. I'm going to take step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, etc. Right? That's natural process of life. This is one of the first steps you've taken. Yeah. So this is one of the first steps I've taken. Yeah, we've all taken together. Yeah. In order to succeed, make sure it doesn't stop. That's the point I'm trying to get at, right? If it stops, you haven't succeeded. You were on the road to succeed, but you stopped, so now you failed, right? You understand? If you've drawn out a path, you know what you're doing, you've come here for a reason, don't give up. Colonel Matthew Webb, he did not give up. 22 hours of swimming in the salt water, you know what happens? Your skin should get ripped off. I mean, salt water is not easy. Salt breaks down elements, right? He didn't give up. Whatever, he probably put Vaseline, a cream on him, something like that. I've read some articles about it. And this is more than 100 years ago, right? If they could do it then we can do it now. Make sense? Yeah? Any questions? No questions? You know, we used to ask questions just for the heck of it. Now we've done all this yesterday, so we'll just move on. Make sense? Should we? Or you want to talk about a few things? Should I move on to where we were yesterday? Everybody, yes? Yes. Shake the room up, man.
Yes.
Thank you. You know, I've gone to deliver a workshop at the St. Anne's College for Women in Madhipatnam. So it was a really good experience. There were about 200 girls sitting in that big hall of theirs. So I said, good afternoon. Good afternoon. You have a question?
No.
Oh, I see. Oh, well, you did this one. Yeah, no problem. Okay, so I said, no, that's not how you say it. So I stood there, and I said, watch out, you're done right. It's going to be 200 girls up. So I said, this is how you say it. And should I tell you right now? You guys are going to, come on, give it some force, man. You don't have to scream my ears out, but please say it to yourself. Right? If I ask you a question, if it's yes or no, I said, yes. You're not convincing yourself. Honestly, are you? If you're not convinced, how are you going to convince me or somebody else? Right? See, we are salesmen, born salesmen and saleswomen. The day you were born, you were a saleswoman, sales child, right? The day we were born. You know why? We were born, change the diaper or feed. Yeah? But if the baby sleeps, don't say anything, baby sleeps. Right? So how did the child get what he or she wanted? Right? So you have to say something. And if why doesn't work, that why becomes louder. Oh my gosh. Okay, I need to, notice this anywhere in every household, right? A baby in a crib, or in a little baby basket or a crib, whatever, right? Covered up and cozy. Yeah. But you oh, now let's go pick it up. What happened? Clean. Yeah? So, if you don't, I mean, this is for me as well. If I don't speak loudly and confidently, how are you going to convince yourself to do what you want to do? When you think right now it's a monster, it's a big thing, oh my gosh, it's something I want to do, but it's bigger than life. Right? Have you heard of positive mind conditioning? Right? A lot of people, check it out on YouTube, internet, it's all free, right? And it works, it does work. I had a friend who was the grandchild of a man who had migrated to US from Lebanon, I think 50, 60 years ago. They sat in a boat and went to New York. He was an engineer, very successful man, he made a lot of money. had 11 children, 6 sons and 5 daughters, 60 years ago in New York. And he made a lot of money, so he had a big house. Apparently he had a room for each of his offspring. And on the door, he wrote down Fatima, doctor, Ibrahim, engineer, Mustafa, whatever they wanted to be. And trust me, each and every one of them became what their profession was written, as it was written on the door, right? What, you think it's a miracle? Magic? No, it's not magic. The moment that child started understanding walking, he or she looked at the, oh, Fatima, doctor. I'm a doctor, 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 I'm a doctor. 20 years of I'm a doctor, she became a doctor, and really successful one. Mustafa, engineer, I'm an engineer, I'm an engineer, I'm an engineer. 20 years of conditioning, he became a very successful engineer. The entire, clan of 11 children, exactly what their father had written down, without telling them a word about it. It just happened. And if you look on the internet, successful people will tell you this, right? They'll say, get up in the morning and say, I am rich, I am rich, I am. I'm not saying that you do this, but what I'm saying, or do it if you want to, don't do it if you don't want to. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm saying is what this proves is mind conditioning. So every little second, why would you want to waste negatively conditioning your mind? Why don't you use it positively conditioning your mind for free? You don't have to pay me 100 rupees to say yes. I'm not going to take 500 rupees to say no. Just say it loudly. So you're conditioning yourself that I'm confident. Yes, I don't know it. Tell me. Or yes, I know it. I'm confident. Yeah, you get it? So you might think of it as child play. No, it's not. It's something pretty serious. It is something that's very impacting in everybody's life, regardless of your age or your experience level. You understand? Yeah, sit a little separate from your cozy nest. Right? That guy's been sitting there forever. Okay, anyways, make sense? Right? So yes. Please, next time, there you go. Thank you very much. Good luck. I really do appreciate that. Understand? Yes. Do you understand?
Yes.
Thank you. See, it gives, standing over here, it gives me as well a positive kick. Yeah? I don't kick like that. A motivational kick, yeah? We all need to do this for us and for everybody else, for those around us. Our culture, our environment will improve this way. Okay. So, should we move on to where we were yesterday?
Yes.
Good. Thank you very much. Awesome. That yes was so good. Okay. We've done this, do you remember? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we have. Remember this one? Yeah.
Yes.
Move. Remember this?
Yes.
Move.
So, can you just revise the earned value concept? Earned value, the EV. No, the next slide. The next slide.
Oh, sorry, next one. Okay.
EV, earned value. Can you
Yeah.
just revise that?
So you want this one?
No, just the earned value. What that is? Just that.
You just want to know earned value.
Yeah.
Okay. The earned value in simple language. Right. Just understand the concept.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't need to memorize the definition of pinball at this point. But just understand. Earned value is the work done up to a certain period of time. That's it. You plan to do so much, planned value, earned value, you've done it. Either extra or a little bit less or whatever. That's it. That's the earned value of a project. Now, here we've got to understand there's a very fine line between real life and project management life. Okay? If you understand the concepts and the ideas of life, and then all you need to do is just differentiate between the terminology used specifically in PMBOK, project management, and the terminology we use in everyday life. That's it. So wouldn't you be interested in your everyday life, no matter what you're doing, right? Let's say you've started your bachelor's degree program, for example. It's a 5-year program, for example, right? So now you're not going to treat that as project management, but if you go ahead and look at it, wouldn't you think, I'm through my first year, I'm getting into my second year. How much have I learned about my discipline of study? If you've taken civil engineering, What should I have known by the end of the first year? What do I know? Am I ahead? Am I behind? Am I doing great? Am I not doing great? Regardless of my marks. Yeah? That's exactly what it says. Make sense? Yes?
Yes.
Thank you.
Uh,
Can I move?
Just let me add something further,
Sure.
whatever the example you have given now.
Okay.
If you,
Go ahead, please, please.
See, what is the plan value? What is the plan value in the case he has taken the example, for example, engineering. Plan value is first year 2 semesters, second year 2 semesters, third year 2 semesters, 4th year 2 semesters, right?
Yes.
This is the plan value. Okay, and the actual cost of the first year is 30,000, for example, and the actual cost of 30,000, actual cost is 30,000, actual cost is 30,000. That is nothing but planned cost,
Yeah.
right? That is the planned cost. For example, based on the examinations you passed, you need to pay the fees, for example, right? This is the planned cost. And suppose in the case of first semester, you failed 2 subjects, right? But still you paid 30,000, and you failed 2 subjects out of, for example, 10 subjects. This was the plan value, and this was the plan cost, right? And still you paid 30,000. That is the actual cost you paid. But what is the earned value? Only 6 subjects, only 8 subjects. This is the earned value. Got it clear now? Or else, if you want to take the other example, like for example, if you are constructing a fence, okay, fence of 100 meters. Okay, week 1, 25 meters, week 2, 25 meters, week 3, 25 meters, and week 4, 25 meters. Okay, you are constructing the fence, and that fence, after you construct, you can sell it. Imagine that you can sell it. Okay, so, and the plan value is for first week 25 meters and maybe around $100 for the plan cost. Okay, whatever it is. Now, in the first week you have done it, you are on track and value, right? As per the plan, as per the cost you have to spend, because you have cost baseline, schedule baseline, and go. So it is also covered 25 meters. Okay, week also covered 1 week. That is nothing but the time schedule, and the budget also covered 100. So far, your project is on track. Performance, because this is nothing but performance baseline, right? You are combining 3 baselines. You are now checking on that particular point of time. You are checking your performance on your project. Got it now so far? Any questions?
No.
No? Okay. Now, at this point of time, this at this point of time, you have calculated that your EVM, you already spent $100 actual cost, right? And still you are not finished. Okay, maybe even if you finished at this particular point of time instead of this time, okay, you finished week, but you have spent $100 already, but you didn't finish 25 meters. You finished only 15 meters of the fence. That is the earned value. If you want to go and sell this, will you be able to sell it for $100? No. Only you can sell it up to $15. $25 divided by 100 means each $4, right?
60.
So you have done 15 meters only at this point. At this point, only you have constructed 15 meters. 15 into 4? 60. You will get only $60. But actual cost, you have already spent $100. So this is, you have to understand the terminology first. What is the actual cost? What is the plan value? And what is the earned value in just layman's terms? Whatever you have done, if you able to sell it again, will you get back the same amount or not? But you already spent it. Is it clear now? This is what about the earned value analysis, performance analysis. We are going to, on our project, we are combining all these baselines. Like schedule performance index is there, and these indexes are something like that. Like for example, you might have heard the run rate, the run rate of the cricketer, right? To win the match, the cricketer has to increase the run rate by 2%. For 2% run rate increase per ball, they have to take 4 runs or 2 runs, whatever. So that is a scheduled performance index. Sorry,
Oh, no.
carry on.
Thank you very much. Any questions? Yes or no?
No.
Thank you. Guys, keep this in mind, please. Be active, right? Because if you're not active verbally, clear, confident, we might just move on, or you might just get used to the idea of not asking questions when you need to ask questions.
Tea ready?
So fast.
No, it's about 11:15, sir. Left turn 11:15, not 7:45. You can drink by 11:15, okay?
Okay, all right, oops.
Any correction?
Who wants to have tea right now? Nobody. Okay, all right. So should I move ahead?
Yes.
Any questions? Yeah, okay. Plan
Before you move ahead, we are running behind schedule. Of course, I understand that. The thing is, whatever the topics today we are going to cover, we will cover it. We will try to squeeze it. But believe me, even though if we didn't cover, we can cover offline, or even we can record few videos on some concepts, like we can send it across those for those people who cannot come at least. But let me know first, how many people are willing to go ahead for the examination? 1, 2, 3. What about you? Especially for you and the MTech guy, I really emphasize you to go for the certification. And for you especially, because you are in the teaching line and you have to be a PMP trainer. You have the training experience, and you are from Gulbarga, right? Gulbarga or Bidar? Yes. So my focus is on you especially, because you are already into the teaching line, and we need to have more trainers, and even you are an MTech as well, right? So for that reason, I really force you to do that. Even if you are not willing to pay, inshallah, I will pay for your fees.
No, not this, sir.
Yeah.
After completion of this course, what is the use of this course for me?
When a
especially?
scrap can sell, why not this course and certificate can sell? How you want to sell, it is up to you.
That's
जब
why I
कचरा
don't
बिकता
know.
है तो ये नहीं बिक सकता.
How to use that certificate?
Yes,
I
go ahead.
don't know, sir.
Let me ask you a counter question. To answer your question, we'll ask you a counter question. What do you do right now? You're a teacher?
Yeah.
Where at?
Yeah,
Schools?
engineering college.
And an engineering college. Where? In Hyderabad? Bidar? Where?
Gulbarga.
Gulbarga. Okay. Do you face problems regularly?
Yeah, every day we are facing some problems.
Okay, fantastic. At home or at the university? Both. We all do. I don't mean you're a problem at home. No, that's not what I mean. Problems are part of life. Do you want to solve them, or do you just want to live like that? You want to solve them? How? Just one thing. Please solve this problem. Please solve it.
Not like that.
Obviously, what are you going to do? Okay, how long have you been a teacher for? How many years?
2010.
Yes. How many years is that?
From 2010.
Almost 10 years. Yeah? Almost 10 years. That's not a small period. That's a long period of time. How many problems have you solved already? Right, now you're thinking, oh my gosh, 50 problems, I haven't solved one. Right, and not because you're a bad person, not because of that. But see, we live life the way we've been trained to live life since birth. Just, see, grass grows. You know grass? I go outdoors. So the grass is that tall right now. Honestly, I'm not kidding. It's getting yellow, but it's that tall. After a month or two, especially in April, May, there's going to be no grass. I can see that earth, the sand, the mud, the soil, no grass, it dies. Then the next year it rains and the grass grows by itself again. So we're like grass. We're born, We come into this life, and then big people, right? That's it. What's the quality of life? Really, what is it? You have problems at home. When I say that, I'm not talking about you. I'm just saying generally, we have problems in life, problems at home, problems in college, problems at work, problems wherever we go, there are problems, right? What are we doing to solve these problems? And the answer is nothing. We just live with these problems. In fact, our culture in most societies, and unfortunately in India as well, most people cannot digest their food unless they think they have a problem. I'm not kidding. It's a fact. You know, I wake up, Hare, aisa ho gaya ji, right? And if I don't think that I have that problem today, my life is, what should I do? It's empty. It's purposeless. A problem just for the sake of problem. We've become so negatively conditioned, right? Change that. So to solve that problem, if you solve one problem at college, you know how many students do you have in your college? 500. 500 problems you've solved. I mean, it's not a joke. But think about it. Don't think of this theory. Oh, what a madman with a red beard talking. No, it's a fact. Try it out. I challenge you. Call me in 6 months and say what you said was a lie. I'll give you whatever you want within my capacity. I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you. Try it out. So when you ask, you ask us, what is this going to give me? It's going to give you a quality of life that you didn't even know exists right now. So you're living in this situation because you don't know what's on the other side of the fence, right? You have no idea. This is the only way you've lived life. Change it. Try. You're not going to lose, right? It's not like we're saying, go drink alcohol every day. No, that's not what's going to happen. You're only going to become better, right? You're definitely not going to become worse. It's definitely not going to hurt you or harm you in any which way. Try it out for a month and then come back and tell me, convince me, I'll give up all of this training in project management. Trust me. Or anything else that you say. Does that make sense? Does that answer your question? Yes or no? No? It doesn't answer? Not convinced that it's going to be beneficial? Not yet?
See, sir, what's happening in the future.
Sorry?
Actually, see what's happening in the future, sir. Now it's why I decided to do the exam. I came just for knowledge purpose. What is exactly I want to know these things.
Sure.
So that's why I came here.
Fantastic. No. I don't know, sir, if you were telling her to take the exam next month or tomorrow. Is that what you meant? No. We're not telling you that. But what I'm telling you as a fellow human, right? My brother or sister in humanity, right? Whatever background you're from, that's besides the point. Well, you have 2 arms, 2 legs, an ordinary general framework, yeah? From that aspect, what I say, for your own benefit and the benefit of your family, your country, your children, your whoever, the benefit of humanity in general, just look into the step. Take some step forward. You don't have to take the exam ever. Don't. I agree with it. Don't take the exam. But please start the journey. Yes or no?
Anyway, those who are willing to take the exam, give me 3 months, and I will handle you until you finish the exam. Like you, from today onwards, you have to plan accordingly, and I will give you the schedule. And because we are into different locations, I cannot tell you that you have to come to my place. And if anyone facing the problem studying at home because of family or because of work pressure or maybe something like that, you can utilize my premises in the way I did it in Bahrain. The same way I will do it over here. If you are
Sir,
not able to study.
I wanted to know that for the freshers, the exam is CAPM, right?
Right.
When I asked you, you said that is not like you should do. PMP is more beneficial than CAPM because
Right.
The syllabus it will change and it will not be beneficial. So I wanted to know that. Should I do
No,
PMP?
it is not something not beneficial, I said, because it is not.
Yeah, that is more worth it than that.
Yes, because you are going one level higher, right? So, for example, when did you do your graduation?
This year I completed.
Graduation.
Graduation. Okay, I did it in 2016.
You have to ask somebody when did you
No,
do your graduation.
2016. No, I was just thinking. 2016.
Sorry?
16.
Yeah, call a friend or something like that?
No.
16.
Yeah.
16, 17, 18, 19.
Yes.
I don't think so that you would be eligible for PMP. But what I meant to say is, if you have a gap of 6 months, instead of giving CAPM, you can wait for, anyhow you have to prepare for 3 months. Again, you wait for 3 months, go for PMP. Again, spending that money again to the PMP would be like extra money for you.
Yeah.
So you can go for directly for people. We will sort it out. You come to my office, we will sort it out. We'll bring your resume. We will sort it out what we can do better for you. Okay. So for those who are willing to write the exam, decide it. Go ahead and take the membership immediately by day or tomorrow. Then you start working on it. Come to my office with your resume. We will apply. We will fill in the application form, and we will start work. Because if you feel that no, I have to think, that will never come.
What I would suggest
And
for you,
the-
join
the-
this momentum,
yes.
even if you're not, sorry.
Frankly telling you, my practical experiences with my past students in my parent, I also told him to Risha. Out of all candidates, maybe it was 23 or 25, I didn't remember exactly. All 23 passed, only 2 didn't pass. Who were they? Can you guess? Who were they?
I don't remember.
Sorry? Sorry?
Yesterday you told.
On the very first day.
Only two, and those are from Hyderabad,
Yourself and your friend.
right?
Yourself and your
And
friend.
one among those two is my own brother. The same point of view, the same one. बहुत पढ़ लिए, इंजीनियरिंग कर लिए, अब इससे ज़्यादा पढ़ेंगे क्या? Right? Believe me, his colleague also did the same thing in the beginning when I joined Tibetan Consultants. One of the engineer was there, petroleum engineer from Dehradun. He was very talented, skilled in the office, technical side. And I went to him. You are very good. Do PMP. It would be a feather in your cap. नहीं भाई अपने को नहीं करना है ये. मैं technically expert होना रहता हूँ. वो है अपनी जगह. आप PMP के लिए तो आपका technical skills आप lose नहीं करते. You have to be. So one day he called me from Bahrain. Sir, I have to do PMP. Why? You are a technical person, right? Now the industry demands. He got an experience, but on a big project he cannot be placed because his CV got rejected, and his company is pressurizing him because to have that contract, the engineer should also have that PMP certification. And he was begging. I said, I cannot do from here. One of my other students, Azad Usmani, I was telling that he is from Delhi, he is there. Go and talk to him. He might help out. And like that, 2 engineers from the same company did the same thing. One is another Shakil. He was also talented. He is also petroleum engineer. These 2 are my classmates. Now they are struggling to do PMP. Practically, I will give you the numbers right now. You can call on the speaker right now to know the facts. You can talk to Mujahid also. This is the fact I am telling you. Even I am pressurizing Siva also. Even though if he is in UNDP, okay, good money now. Even after he retires, he will getting money from the UN. I know that because I work for UNIFIL in Lebanon. So my request, my humble request for all of you, if you want to grow, come out of comfort zone. And we both, and we apart from him, we have others also to support you. Even if you want financially, inshallah. These are my words. Take it. Because I found one light out of the tunnel, because you are into the teaching field and being a lady, because there are less trainers who are ladies in PMP profession, and you already have an experience and also the qualification that suffice for the certification.
And Gulbarga is
Think
very
about
good
it.
market.
Sorry?
Gulbarga is very good market.
Yes.
Very good
No,
market.
everywhere market is there. We have to explore it. That's it. Sorry for your time.
No.
All the best.
just to add again, please, join that path. I'm sorry, hop on that path, start the journey. You don't want to take the exam after 3 months, good. Why don't you just go ahead and start it first? Can I tell you another story? A small little one, please. If you give me permission, can I? Can I? Yes. I moved to Canada a long time ago from US. The first time I got into Canada, I'm like, holy mackerel, this is brutally cold. So anyways, I went to one city, Winnipeg, and Winnipeg is not a very happening city. So I drove to Calgary. I had a little car then, a small little car, 4-door and stuff. So I drove down there, and I went there during the time of Stampede. It was called a Stampede. They have it every year at fall, just before fall or around fall, and end of summer, you'd say, right? After that fall. It's like a rodeo, you know, with cowboys and stuff like that. They have bull racing, cart racing, bullock cart racing and stuff like that. And they just have a blast for 10 days. They drink, they knock themselves senseless, whatever. All the hotels are booked. People from all over the world come over. It's a very famous happening kind of an event. So I didn't know when I was there, so I had no hotel rooms. And the hotel rooms that were available were like $250 a night. I'm like, I've been kidding. I just moved to Canada, $250 a night. I'm going to pay that. So I went to the local mosque and I told them what the deal was. And they said, sure, stay here. Trust me, it was freezing. I froze my butt off. Anyways, so on the floor of the mosque, carpeted, of course. I got up the next day, take a shower. They had all the facilities. Took a shower, went out, went in downtown, doing my work. And I, being alone that time in the mosque, I didn't have breakfast. I was starving. I was absolutely starving. Famished. I was famished. So when I said, to hell with my work, I gotta go eat. So I walked up and down and stuff like that. I saw McDonald's. I said, okay, it's not halal. I saw A&W. I was gonna eat that. I just couldn't find a proper place. It was about 11:30 in the morning. Found a tall building, went inside. The banquet hall, it happened to be the name of the building. I went in there, fantastic atrium inside, beautiful building and something. I couldn't find one straight restaurant. I'm like, I want some substance, right? I'm like, so I can eat anything that moves, and also halal, So I'm looking for something interesting. I couldn't find it. I look up, there's some pink neon sign. I couldn't read what it is. So I just ran up the stairs, went up there, and it had pictures, something like fish. It looked like fish on it. Rice with pink, white, red colored fish cubes on it. So I said, okay, let me go try it out. Japanese girls. Yeah. So what is this? This is seafood. This is seafood? Oh, fantastic. I can eat seafood. So I went there. She got the menu. So what the heck is this? I don't know. So I called her. So there's a picture of a big basket like that, big one, rice, and about 21 pieces of those fish, colored fish in there. So what's that? That's sushi. All fish? All fish. Okay, cool. Can I have that? She said, you hungry? I said, me very hungry. Bring it on. She needs anything right now. So she got that fish. And I thought, man, it was awesome. I tell you, I used chopsticks to eat. I ate with chopsticks. 5 minutes, I was done. Wiped it clean. Licking my fingers off. So then she came over. Anything else? I said, no, nothing else. But this is fantastic. How do you make this? So I thought she was going to say it's steamed or something, boiled or whatever, right? Because that's what they do. A lot of these things are boiled. We don't make it. So what do you mean you don't make it? What do you do? No, we don't make it. It is raw fish. Sushi is raw fish. Had I known that, I would not have tried it out. You understand what I'm saying? It's here. You're blocking yourself. You're just, inhibiting yourself. You're just restricting yourself. You don't want to get out of that shell. Go explore life. That's what I'm saying. It's not haram, it's not alcohol, it's not drugs, it's not rape, it's not murder, it's nothing. It's education. Why don't you try it out? You might like it. If you don't like it, you don't lose anything. Sorry, I'm a guy. It's not for me. I'm not going to say, how? No. It's okay, thank you. Well, if you need anything else, let me know. Do you lose anything? Do you? Then why don't you try it out? Had I not tried out that raw fish, and now I'm so fond of it, I look for restaurants in Hyderabad and I can't find good sushi restaurants. So I make it at home. And I've struggled finding salmon. So, the Big Bazaar has it sometimes, the Star Market has it sometimes. They used to have what's called, at the Hyper City at an Orbit Mall, they used to have awesome salmon, and it's expensive, $1,500, $1,600 a kilo. 2-3 kilos, get it fillet perfectly at home, and I used to make sushi at home. That's how crazy I am about it. What I'm saying, this is just a story. What I'm saying, you don't know what that is. You looked at it and you think of it as ugly, right? And you say, oh my gosh, what is it going to do for me? I'm already set. So if you have a cake, wouldn't you want icing on it? Yeah. If you have biryani, wouldn't you want an extra piece of mutton in there? Yeah.
We will
That's
find
what
out
it is.
in today in lunch. We will find out whether what
Oh, yeah.
is taking.
Right, get it. So make sense, please. See, I'm taking this time willfully because this can happen to anybody. It can happen to me. Sometimes we just put the mental brakes on. No, it doesn't work. Let the brakes go. Move, right? Do it. Achieve it. It'll happen. Make sense? Yeah? Please do that. Okay. Should we try to... So you got plan value and everything? Okay. Earn value? You got it? Now move. So you give me the cue and I'll keep moving. Three.
The cricket example given over here, that the same one. Formulas, we no need to go ahead. Go ahead further because later even we can explain.
Should I
it.
move?
Yes, yes.
Okay. If you don't have any questions, should I move forward?
Yes.
Or do you want, somebody wants to talk about it?
No.
No? Okay.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Okay.
See, one thing, okay, fine. In every formula, the clue, the examination, and value comes first. And value, and value. Go ahead, go.
Oh, all right. Should I move?
Yes. See, now let them understand this figure.
Should I just point out certain things here? So try to visualize and understand in your own mind, okay? But I'm going to point out certain things here. What is this? PV? Plan value. What is that?
That is the old terminology. Forget about, don't talk about old terminology
Oh,
because
so just ignore it.
just ignore it.
Some books.
That
refer to
yeah.
it. Plan value. What is this?
Actual cost.
Actual cost. Fantastic. What is this?
Earn value.
What's this?
Standards. Schedule variance. Schedule variance.
Schedule variance. What is this?
Cost variance.
Cost variance. You got it? Just visualize that and think about it for a second. Take a minute. Take a minute and think about it.
It is also called a S curve. That is heading is given over there.
Forget everything else. Just look at this cost,
Right.
time,
Exactly.
and look at those. That's all you do.
Can anyone from your group explain that after after understanding that graph? Anyone want to try that?
You want to try? Oh, good.
Yes, please.
See, you would,
Very good.
we would,
Basically, this graph.
Louder, please. I cannot hear you over here. At least I can hear, but the camera doesn't hear that.
Oh.
Okay. Please be louder.
I need to be on the camera. So. Anyways, as we look at the graph, there is an x-axis where time is mentioned and the y-axis where cost is mentioned. So basically, we are trying to relate how cost and time are affecting the actual cost which is there. So we have three graphs, and the center one, which is the planned variance, right? The planned value, and planned value is actually which was planned, right? And it goes that way as a S curve. But you see that the actual cost has gone up, right? It has deviated from the planned value. So, but the earned value is lower as compared to the actual cost. So there is a difference between the earned value and the actual cost. But what we had planned is in between, right? So now, if we look at the actual cost and the earned value, the difference between the actual cost which was incurred and the earned value is actually the cost variance, because that is the variance in the cost, right? At the same time, if you see what was planned and what was earned, so the earned value and the cost, the planned value, the difference is the scheduled variance. It is because of the scheduled variance. This is basically, this is seen at each of the review points on a progress review.
Now, a very good explanation. Give him a good round of applause. Not at each point of review, at particular point of time on that particular day. Suppose, for example, in a project, your client, you have been agreed on the baseline or in the project administration, project scope. Did you remember yesterday project scope and product scope? In the project scope, you have been agreed to the client that each month you would be giving the progress review, right? On that particular month, this is the review you are providing to your client. So it's not each, this is not each review, this is the only review, performance review, and based on the 3 baselines. Got it? Clear?
It's
Very
called
good.
Data date. It's called data date. You look at your data on a date. So that's where the difference is between information,
Work performance data, information and reports.
Performance, information.
Right.
Right, that's the difference. So when you look at this, what he said was information. Before he said it, it was data.
Right.
Make
Go ahead,
sense?
please.
I move?
Yeah, please. So again, 3 different scenarios. Based on that, the first scenario at the left, over budget and ahead of schedule. And there is the right side, under budget and ahead of schedule. And in the down, under budget and behind schedule.
Can someone tell us why?
Yes.
Can
You?
tell us? Come on.
Yeah,
come
go
on,
ahead.
come on. Each one.
For the first graph, we can see that the plan value was this will be the cost graph. So basically, for example, this was $1,000, and we used around $1,500.
Exactly.
So the actual cost is higher than the plan value, but the earned value is also more. So we had planned to complete about 25 meters of the railing, but we already completed like 30-35 meters.
Exactly.
In the so the budget has gone up, but also the earned value has also increased.
Right.
In the second graph, we can see that for the plan value was, for example, $1,000 and 25 meters. We already completed 35 meters.
Right.
But we made a profit here by using around like
Actual cost is gone down.
less
Yes.
cost,
Yes.
for example.
Right.
And in the third case, we are behind schedule because we have only completed around 15 or 20 meters of the railing, and we also use less amount of money. So this is behind schedule, and the
Yes. What is BAC?
BAC.
BAC written over there. Can anybody tell what is BAC? Budget at completion. Okay, very good. Give him a round of applause. Thank you very much. Go ahead.
Good, very good.
So this is the graphical representation of the same thing, like earlier the Zishan has shown it. Again, it has been shown like forecast is estimated completion. BAC is budgeted completion. Based on that also, again you need to analyze at this particular point of time if it is under cost or under schedule. You need to again analyze, then again estimate at completion. Yesterday I told you that again at that particular point, because that's why these processes are iterative. Now you have seen that you are behind schedule or behind budget. In that case again you start from this point to the end, how much, because you already spent much. Now again how much you need to finish off to at least take care of the schedule. So that is nothing but estimated completion. Go ahead please. So again the same representation, go ahead, back. No, okay, go ahead, yeah. So this is forecasting. Based on the formulas you can do the how you can estimate what exactly the process further. Go ahead please. Good. These are the formulas. Go ahead. Okay. This is the question again. Based on the formulas you have, you can do this calculation. So it's simple. Just you need to insert the values. In the exam also you will be giving the question like this. The data, the raw data. Okay. You need to understand how exactly, where you exactly you need to fill in the, you need to understand the question, because in the exam the questions would be tricky. You know the concept, you know the formulas. Formulas, if you are having a memory problem like me, like yesterday as I said, before the exam, I didn't remember it. I just stayed to the formulas for half an hour. Immediately I went to the session, exam hall, I noted down. You can note it down. They will give, they will supply you rough, white papers. You cannot take in anything in the exam, not even a tissue paper. Or you would be given one locker. You have to deposit all your material in the locker, and you have to go plain in the examination. So calculator, rubber, everything you can take it for a safe side, but they will provide you. In some centers, for some reason, because of there is no stock or maybe some calculator not working, in that case they may allow you your calculator, the simple calculator. Okay. So the same problem has been solved over here. Still, if you want to take the pictures, you can take the pictures right now at the moment. Take the picture of this problem and try to do this. And also, if you want, take the pictures of these formulas as well. If you want these formulas, okay. I think the formulas are already there. Yeah, this is sorry. This is also the solution is also there. What I meant to say is you note down the formulas. If you want to make a try now, if you want to spoil your tea break, then you can try it. Otherwise, no issues. We can do it. Okay. So let me check. Sorry.
Sorry, it has 7 scenarios.
Yes,
here
yes, yes, yes.
For you to figure out.
Right. Because in one problem, he is ready? Okay. In one problem, 7 scenarios we have analyzed over here, so that in this only one problem you can get the idea of all those scenarios. So this is the problem. You have the T now. If you want to try it out, you can try it out. Otherwise, I can send you the slides also. These slides for the problem, you can try it out now if you have any problem, because we are running out of time constraint. For that reason, I am telling you. So by this, we would be ending the cost management session. We will continue with the other sessions after the repair. Right? For this problem, try it out. I have sent it on the WhatsApp as well. These slides. If you cannot do that, so try this problem at home. If you have face any problem, let me know. And even Mr. Said also got some very, very good book. It seems if he is willing to give a copy for you, if you want to buy it, it's up to.
No,
Do you have it here?
No, actually, I did not purchase it yesterday. I was going through the bookshop.
Okay.
And I found that book.
Oh, you found it. I thought maybe that's why I was asking.
I wanted to buy that
How
book,
much is
but,
that book?
Well, it's for 550 rupees.
Okay, 550 for you. I think I don't think so that it will be. If you are really interested to work on the problems, so that is a very good book. In fact,
It's not that everybody buys, because it's a workbook where it's like a model paper.
right.
You know, all the solved question papers
Right.
are there. So one book we can buy and we can share it on the WhatsApp messages all the
Maybe 550. Everyone can share that amount, and you buy and take a copies or whatever, the scan or whatever you can do it. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's enjoy the tea. Then we will continue for the session.
We'll come back.
It's like a